Hey, this is Oliver and welcome to a new quick tutorial. First, I want to show you what we will create today. We will do some very cool dissolve effect. As you see, we will dissolve this bird. We will beam it or blow it away in pieces. And how to do so? We did one tutorial in 2016, which is this one, where we used Trapcode's form to achieve this effect. Quite handy if you have Trapcode form, check this out. If not, stay here with me and we will see what the new plugin Pattoon can do with this bird. Okay, so let's jump in. First, make a new composition, make it comp size 20 and HD. Make it comp size. Make your comp HD. We have 5 seconds and do what background you ever like. First of all, let me show you the footage. This is our footage, and here we have some starting point, then the bird comes, and then we will push the bird away. Okay, so this is the wrong footage, of course. This is the right footage. So here the bird comes, and then it's not blown away, but we will do so within a few minutes. Okay. This tutorial took 22 minutes, I think, something around that. Yeah, 26 minutes, and let's see how fast we can do this here. So first of all, I will do a little cheat on that because I took the start frame, which is this blank thing here, and simply cut that clip into pieces and use this as a clean plate for my bird. Okay. So this is a little cheat, but it will work fine for this now. So first of all, we have to separate this bird from the background. And to do so, I simply duplicate the layer, string D on the keyboard. I will extend that until the end and go over to here. So this is the part where the dissolve effect will happen. And now I solo that layer and I simply want to key that so that we have our bird and this thing here and a separate background. Okay, you can do so. Type in key, and this depends hardly on your footage. Maybe you want to use the key light. In this case, if you click somewhere, you will see the result is yeah. I think you can tweak this to infinity and we'll never get a clean alpha channel. In this case, what works good is the color key. And simply grab this piece of thing here and play with the tolerance, and you see it starts cutting this thing off. And let's see, now we are starting losing information here, so we leave it as it is. String D on the keyboard, another color key, we grab this texture here, and now we are, I think, pretty much good for this tutorial. So I mean, this is okay. We have some little flickering here, but let's make a garbage mask. So I put a mask around here, around this bird, to clean things up. And let me go here to this so that we get rid of these things here. So now we have a bird. It's not perfect. We have, if I go to our transparent, we see we have losing our background here. But if you do this and you see you unhide the clean plate, you will see, I mean, this is, yeah, if you know that, you will see that, but for this one it's okay. So let's start with the fun part. Let's start with the dissolve thing. So first of all, I go to my effects and presets and I type in Pattoon, and here are a bunch of presets. If you don't have Pattoon right now, you can download the trial version on aescripts.com. The link is in the description below. Be careful if you watch this tutorial in April 22. Please, you have to register for beta testing to get the latest version of Pattoon. If you watch this later on May 22, you can simply download the trial version on aescripts.com. That comes with a bunch of presets, and we use this dissolve V effect, so this one, and we drag that onto our footage. We hit U on the keyboard to see the keyframes. So here are the keyframes, and we scrub through and you will see, hey, it's almost done. I mean, this is amazing. It's fast, right? Okay, so let's tweak this and go into Pattoon with a few steps. We have two Pattoon instances. One is the fade, one is the Aftereffects. And first of all, I like to go to the fade thing. So everything which is dissolved or displaced in this case is driven by a black and white image. So that means if you change the texture here or import your own footage texture, it will change the look and feel of the dissolve effect. So simply can choose whatever you like and tweak this with this image. You can of course go into the image settings in the transform section and scale that up, and it will immediately get you another result, a different result of this effect. Okay, I'll leave the settings as they are, and let's go to the displace engine, which is a huge thing. So here you have the option to control the transform of your pixels here, and you have for example a pixel spread, so you can spread those pixels in X or in Y, depends on your footage of course, what you like. You can rotate this and then you lose the bird, so we undo that, but you can rotate really. And you have the pixel size and start size and end size. That means the starting pixels is 1 pixel and the size is 1, and the farther the pixels will pushed away, the bigger the size will be. So that means if you give here a bigger size, you will see the pixels start getting bigger. Okay, in our case we leave this on, let's try 6. I think that fits better. So this is what you do. You can of course influence this style by different parameters. For example, you have the turbulence influence thing, and here if you play with the rotation, you will see you can rotate those particles in place. So I think that looks cool, and we'll leave it here. So, and to finish this up, I simply put on top of all of these a CC Force motion blur. So here we go, CC Force motion blur. I drag that onto my footage, and you will see it takes some render time, but it's worth it. I mean, you get this very cool motion blur here. And now let's finish this up and give him some little glowish lines so that it looks like it get one thing we have to keep in mind is, you see, this is where the effect starts, and now here it starts to dissolve this thing, and this is quite late. I mean, we're losing half a second, and to fix that, in the fade option we have a overlay thing here, and this is driven, this drives the animation. So the overlay comes, if you click on this here will the animation start, and here's the end. So if you bring this over to, let's say, here, you will see now you have a much earlier starting point of the dissolve. So the overlay starts the dissolve effect, or in general the displace effect, and you can play with the overlay center, which is the starting point, because the overlay mode is from left to right. You can choose also from I don't know, up down, down up down, square, diamond, axis left right. So there are a lot of things to play with, but in our case left right is fine. And now we have fixed that. And let's talk about this glow here. Okay, so for achieving that, I duplicate the layer, string D on a keyboard, and the first thing I want to get rid of is the motion blur, because this causes render time. And let me go to our first layer and also unhide the motion blur just for render time. Okay, so now if we solo that layer, you will see this is our thing. And if I like to put any effect like glow on top of that, let's do so. You will see what happened. So I mean, the bird's gonna burn away, and that's not exactly what we'd like to have. So to fix that, in the fade options of Pattoon in the displays engine, there is a thing called output, and in this output section there is a very small option, but it's very powerful. It says show only displays pixels, and if you check that, you will see you only see the displaced pixels, and now you can play with the glow effect on top of that according to your pixels, and have this let me unsolo that. Now you have this glow effect here, and if you put that to transfer mode add, you get rid of those black pixels, so everything looks like it should be. So now we can play with the issue of these particles here. They are double. So I solo that layer, and we go into the, let me showcase you that so that you can follow if you like to. So this is the glow, and this is the FFX fade, and this is the is only the fade. So we go to the fade thing, go to displays, and we go to our transform settings, and let's bring the end size of our pixels down to 0, and that cleans a lot of pixels up. Okay, so let's undo this, and you see that's quite amazing. These are the pixels from the background. They should be here. This is from here. So if I let you see, these are the pixels here. And of course we give to both one and motion blur, but let's go and fix our glow. I go to our glow settings, and let's see what the threshold can do for us. That looks quite amazing. And I will do another copy, string D on a keyboard, and bring the radius up a lot so that we have some glowish around here. So that's maybe threshold a bit up too, so that's fine. Let's finish this up with 2 times motion blur. So motion blur on the glow thing, and you see the pixels are fine, and on the main comp, and here ready to go. And let's preview this. So here we go in the half of the time. Nice, very nice. Look at this. I mean, this is, in general you do this in 3D with the particles, and if you have a 3D object, look at this very cool dissolved thing. So make sure to check out Pattoon if you like, and yeah, hope we see us in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.